Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, and today is finally the day. We are having our listening party to Honeymoon by Lana Del Rey. Now, when I say that this one was very highly requested, I feel like I cannot do that statement justice. I think if Ultraviolent was the most requested after Blue Bannisters, and after Ultraviolent, it's pretty much been this and Norman fucking Rockwell. So, I mean, I'm excited. It seems like most people believe this to be one of her best. I think that's what I've been seeing, is that this one is one of her best artistically, just like whatever. It's more cinematic than anything. So I heard that if somebody even said that if I like Paradise, and I'm gonna love this one. So overall, there's a lot of hype to this one, a lot of praise coming in this one, though I'm not gonna let it sway my judgment. I'm gonna try not to be one of those people that's just like, I mean, everybody seems to like it, but I don't see the appeal. I'm excited to hear how over the year after Ultraviolence came out, how she developed as an artist, what she changed, what she kept. Though I feel like at this point I know what to expect. You know, strings in her music, great singing, great harmonizing, and interesting choices or interesting instrumentation stuff song. That's what I'm trying to say. Interesting instrumentation in the songs, and that one vocal thing. Oh man, I'm getting. I swear, I swear, I'm not gonna lie. I will actually be surprised if I don't hear that vocal chop that she likes to use. Though I don't think she uses it in all her albums, but she really liked that one. Maybe it was just for the first two. But yeah, with all that being said, let's just jump into Honeymoon. Yep, like I said, neither is going to be some strings. People were saying that this one did sound a little more cinematic. I'm already seeing what they mean by that. Ooh. The tremolo, that's dramatic. Yep, they're the harmonies. It's an interesting harmony, I think. I don't know why, but the first time they did that, it sounded very, I don't want to say dissonant, but very like the way that those strings just sounded in the beginning of that. Ooh, okay, that's saucy. That was saucy. It's been a minute since I thought about Lana Del Rey's music fitting in a movie, but Ooh, it's nice. Little arp on the guitar. I really like how the piano is just layering these chords nicely. This is mm. What- Oh, we're building this up a little bit. Marching drums, got it. Or marching snare. Man, it never, even though I know I was expecting something orchestral in a sense, it still always surprises me how I can truly imagine that if I ever saw Lana Del Rey in concert, there'd just be a full orchestra there. Like, this isn't a drum set, this is an orchestral snare with the big bass drum that you like hit like that. Man, it's really developed. I mean, it even switched up the percussion element too. This is really well done. That's a nice chord to end on. It was not. I don't know if it sounded tonal or not. It's like the four. It's tonal, but it's not. I think another thing that I really like about Lana Del Rey's music, if I have to say things I like, is that with songs like these, I don't know where it could go. I could imagine it becoming like more of an indie pop thing, but I could just imagine it just stays like orchestral and piano. Like it could literally go anywhere. Ooh, ooh, nice use of that melody. It sounds really nice. I really like the way they put the effects on these drums. I think that's even a wood block too. Oh, fading it in, nice, nice. It's such a soft drum kit. Like I can tell, I legitimately believe that they put like a blanket or a pillow or a towel or something in the cake to make sure it didn't punch too hard, but just enough. There's an interesting note that they played. Though the flute is a nice touch. I think this is the first flute I've heard in her music. I wonder if this song would fit in the 50 Shades of Grey soundtrack. It's so weird that she can do that little, now like that pitch bend in her voice. There's a lot of control in that. It's impressive. This is sounding triumphant now. I always like the distorted guitar. It's like it sounds like they took like a slightly distorted guitar and then just made sure it was like clipping, and then made that really quiet. It's so weird how empty it feels when the reverbs like fades out. It's such a weird time for the delay. Ooh, saxophone. That sounded nice. He's finally bringing in some woodwinds into this. See, this is what I mean. She always just manages to surprise you. It is insane how well Lana Del Rey can make such a relaxing atmosphere that you just get entranced into everything. It's so nice. Ah, that saxophone. Mm. I just noticed like there was like a little weird staticky thing that was happening. Mm. seems I respect how no matter how much into the song that she is in, she always finds a good time to put in drums, no matter how small. I think Lana Del Rey's music is like the epitome of using an instrument solely to accent the music. It's like there's not drums just going through just to have the drums going through to like keep the energy up or anything. It's there when there needs to be like a little more happening, but not but it, not so much drums that it takes away. Mm, this it's an interesting it's just funny. I like this. I don't know what it is about. I think it's just a minor key. Just a regular minor key, but I really like the minors. Minor key. That feel like that's gonna be taken out of context one day. Mm. Mm. This one's soulful. I can't tell if those are supposed to be crickets or just like a tambourine or something, which I think is funny. The only reason I would be confused because she just can use anything as an instrument. It, but it's most likely the tambourine. I feel that. I'm really liking this chorus. I do. I'm kind of liking this one. Mm. Really like. This is a nice little. I want to say more pop oriented vocal that was happening there. It's like very underneath it. Those keys just snuck itself right into this song. A soft impact layered with a kick is always a good choice. I'm just hearing the tambourines again and still thinking of crickets. She's really feeling putting her all into this one. I'm so glad that they did not end with a Picardy third. That would have been so cheesy. I bet that's supposed to be a helicopter. That's like what I'm getting from it. I feel like I hear like some spin downs and speed ups on that. Mm. Oh, what? Okay, okay. I knew eventually I was gonna hear trap style beat, but I didn't know I was gonna hear it like at this album. What? I mean, she's killing it. I mean, maybe I have heard trap beats before, but I feel like this is the most blatant one. Ooh, nice little piano. This is like the most energy in a Lana Del Rey song. I feel like I've heard that noise that's doing that little pa 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 pa. Maybe in Lollipop by Lil Wayne. That's like the exact same noise sound or synth. The reverse snare and reverse crash was a good touch on that too. And the low flute is also a nice touch. I think what also sells it is the nice like quarter note triplets that she's thrown in there. I heard that pause. I'm hearing these. Mm. Okay, nice little. So a message at the end of that one. It's a lot of voices going through my head. Nice. Nice. Sounds like a synth brass or like an air horn. It got pitch shifted. That was very high on the instrument, on the guitar. It's weirdly pleasing, those notes that the guitars were playing. I really like in trap beats when like the kick hits and then the 808 hits like right after. It's just it gets a nice bounce to it. I can definitely see now more than ever Lana Del Rey being an inspiration to a lot of modern artists. Yeah, show off like that. Come on, son, you got the pipes, do it. Mm. Back to that pitched air horn or something, or pitched siren. I feel like this is the. I know I skipped over deciding to do the Born to Die like extra song edition, whatever it was called, rather than the original Born to Die. So I feel like I can't really say this is the closest we'll get to EDM with Lana Del Rey, but that was a remix of a song. This is an original, so I'm gonna keep it. 'Cause it definitely has a solid build up and I count this as the drop. For Lana Del Rey, I'll count this as like an EDM drop, like similar enough. I feel like I'm hearing like at least three different genres here. It's like rock with the electric guitar, 80s pop with the 80s pop with the synth, and then trap with the drums. But yet they're all just blending together. Mm. I like that movement, that vocal movement. There's so much going on. This one weirdly makes me feel empowered. Like, this one inspires me to do things. I don't know what specifically, but things. Like ride my bike more. Oh, they brought the sax back. I probably thought that was a synth this whole time, but they brought the sax back. That's cool. That's nice. So I really like the way that that kind of like sounded like it was bouncing off my like head. It's like a weird percussive hit. I can't tell if it's like a percussive hit or if my headphones are messing up. I'm really glad that she's going all in with the saxophone on this one. Sounds like it's more of an acoustic snare than a trap snare for this one. Actually, it sounds like it's more of an acoustic drum set trying to do a trap pattern. It's an interesting choice to say the least, but it fits for her at least. This is another one where I bet there's an actual meaning to it. Like with Body Electric, there's like some deeper meaning to it. And I'm just here like, Art Deco. Might look this one up. Yeah, especially after I was told that Body Electric was like based on a poem by Walt Whitman, and somebody gave their idea of what it could have meant. I might actually look this one up afterwards. Art Deco. Ooh. Mm. Oh, that saxophone is popping off. Good. I wonder if this is. I think people are saying that this one is would give me that if Lana Del Rey sang for a jazz group. I wonder if they're only saying that. People were saying that because it just has saxophone in it. I may be wrong. People may have possibly may have not been saying that this is my would get me my if Lana Del Rey sang jazz for an album or something, but it'd be funny if it was this album and the reason is because there's a saxophone in it. I really like this sax line though. No, I thought I was gonna do the whole thing, not just the trill. Though I do have to give it to the saxophone player. There's like a lot of good volume control on their part. Who knows? It might be post production, but it also sounds natural. Yeah, it sounds natural enough. It sounds natural to me. Like the sax player is doing those swells themselves. I'm now hearing something keeping like an actual pulse. And I don't know if I think it sounds more like marching or a clock ticking. Burnt Norton. I wonder who burnt Norton. They should go to jail for arson. I mean, I guess. I would not be surprised if she was high when she wrote that because, boy, the music was good though. I thought I was hearing some brass or saxophone or some wind instrument like very quietly in the background. Hmm. I like the notes that the guitar's playing. I gotta say. It's like a percussive loop. Yeah, percussive loop. I mean, that is the safest spot. Well, safest spot outside. Second to being outside the storm. That's sweet. You know, that is sweet. I gotta give it to her. Phrasing. I thought we had that vocal thing for a second. That vocal sample. That is a very aggressive kick. It's like it's not loud, but it just feels like it's hitting pretty hard. I like it when she shows off her voice like this. Ooh. Spin down. It's always a solid way to end a song to anybody writing music. Okay. This is a Lana Del Rey be like, I want a trap beat, but not if it's more than 70 beats per minute. I don't think I would actually classify this as a trap beat. I can't tell if the snare sounds like more of a soft bullwhip or that big like shaker thing that's like the size of a gourd. I know what I'm thinking of. I just don't know percussive instruments names. But this sounds like a drum set being made out of orchestral percussive instruments. I think the panning is interesting to have the kick and a hi hat on the right side, but the like that was more on the left. I think now it's all more center. I think the laughing is an interesting choice too. There's I'm hearing something that just sounds like somebody just patting their like leg to keep pulse. Like I need to look up the lyrics to this song because I keep just coming back to soft ice cream and I'm like I'm missing something. I thought I was singing the saxophone again in the left and I think it's just the vocal being echoed. I wonder if it's still called Alberti bass. If it's not in the bass and it's reversed. It definitely sounds like it. Oh wait. Uh, I thought I thought they actually brought in a Barry sax, but it's just the guitar. I would have thought even I would have thought that that would have been his like maybe not way out there for Lana Del Rey, but it would have caught me off guard too if a Barry sax just came in out of nowhere. I'm not gonna lie, the use of because like she has used electronic drums along with acoustic drums or more real sounding drums in her music before, but I think using it to actually make more trap drum loops with it is adding a nice element to the music that I don't know, I don't want to say is refreshing or revitalizing, but it's definitely something that I feel is definitely needed to not be too repetitive. I'm hearing like and the I really like the little things they do to add it to the music. I really like the guitar tone that they have for this one. The effects on it are really nice. Like the amount of reverb on it on that guitar is just it's weird. I don't understand why reverb does add the emotion in this instance, but it does. Just makes it sound depressing. Hmm. Yeah, this one definitely sounds definitely sounds like Lana Del Rey experimenting with what she can do musically. I don't know how to describe it, but this weirdly seems like more of a unique type of Lana Del Rey song. In my very much, uh, uh, I know what I'm thinking, like unprofessional, in my very beginner opinion on Lana Del Rey's music specifically. This one sounds like she is definitely trying something out, but it's working for her for sure. It's definitely getting this I feel like this one is definitely getting the emotion out that she wants for sure. Not like the others. Not saying that the others weren't, but I'm really feeling this one. Hmm. That is a true fact. She just called him out. I'm. Where did that come from? What? She is mad about this. I wonder if it's because of something. Ah. Hmm. I wonder if it's because of this song that people were saying that. Because this one, it makes a little more sense. Nice. I descending move. Again, she's got me. She got me wrapped up around her finger. Though I don't think this one's just jazzy either. It's spicy. I'll give it that. Then again, I'm not a jazz expert either. Though I think I could actually imagine this being in a James Bond movie. Actually, this would probably perfectly fit in a James Bond movie. I didn't think that the drums were needed, but they are very welcome in this one, actually. I thought the castanets were doing a good job by themselves. You know what? Now I'm mad at this person too who's lying to Lana. She made some good points. Remember, everybody, silence is always an instrument. That was nice. Nice. That was also a great way to end. I want to know specifically what that chord was. Like, I'm gonna look up specifically the last chord of 24 because that was just nice. I like that chord. I like the way it ended like that. I feel like a lot of what people were saying is starting to make sense with these, at least with the last song in this one too. Hmm. No relation to Set It Off. Absolutely nothing. I will definitely say this one does seem more cinematic. Hmm. We all know that that's a lie. There's really not much to say about this song overall. This one definitely just feels like more of a, I guess, a typical Lana Del Rey song, if I may say. Not saying that as a bad thing. Okay, and then we immediately switch it up to not a typical Lana Del Rey song. It's like the instruments, I just keep thinking of like 90s gangster rap. At least that first synth. Or harpsichord, whatever it's supposed to be. Ooh. It's very rare you hear a tremolo effect on a guitar. I feel like typically they go for a wah pedal. Or the wah effect rather than the tremolo. This one is really pretty too. I feel like this one, I feel like I keep thinking I know where it's gonna go, but it keeps telling me nah. I think I'm just now expecting drums to come in. Uh, hmm. I feel like it's songs like these that remind me that the Lana Del Rey thing, from what I, if I remember correctly from the 15-minute YouTube documentary about Lana Del Rey I watched, that I forget that Lana Del Rey is just a character. Ah, I thought there was gonna be one more. It's leaving me, just left me hanging there on that last note. All right, all right. So I don't think that album is all cinematic. There are definitely some songs on there that do feel cinematic. I think there are songs in there that I could see being put in movies, but I want to say that the album itself is very cinematic. But there are definitely cinematic songs. I think 24 Swan Song and Don't Let Me Be Misunderstood is cinematic. I think Honeymoon is cinematic. And I remember there was another one that I thought was that I think could like fit that vibe too. Honestly, when the this was definitely an interesting album. I think I still prefer Paradise over this one. I'm sorry, everybody. I still think I prefer Paradise over this one. But I will not say that this would not be a good number two for me. I think what I really like about this one is definitely when you think you know what the album is going to be like, then they just start bringing in like new instruments and whatever, like bringing in flutes and saxophones, and then like actually using the like electronic drums to make trap beats and whatever. I wasn't expecting it, you know. I was just expecting more just like orchestral sounds, maybe some the electronic drums just to for a percussive texture. And I mean they still did that, but she still did that, but not all the way through. And it definitely made it to when we got to those parts where she was definitely trying new things. It was good. Like Blackest Day, I think I said, I believe it was Blackest Day, the Blackest Day, where I said that it sounded like it was Lana Del Rey's, Lana Del Rey, like typically, but there was something added to it to make it stand out. And I don't know what it was that made it stand out a little bit more to me, but the Blackest Day definitely was standing out. The Burnt Norton interlude, I'm not saying that she was high when she wrote it, and I'm not even saying whether or not she does or does not do any types of drugs. I'm just saying I wouldn't be surprised. That was weird. Like like it literally just sounded like something a high person would say. But no, this one was good. And yeah, people were also telling me that this album would give me the uh the guiding into from one song to the other, the fade, the transition from one song to another that I've been pleading for with Freak to Art Deco. And yeah, it did do it, but like I mean in all technicalities, it did fade from one to the other. So I did get that, and I'm happy that I did. I think in my head, I'm just thinking something more like, if anybody's willing to look this up, uh, Pierce the Veil and Selfish Machines. Yeah, Southern Constellations to The Boy Who Could Fly. Like, like it sounds like one full song that got separated into two. Or another Pierce the Veil being from their album Collide with the Sky, their songs May These Noises Startle You in Your Sleep Tonight to Hell Above. Though those are much heavier. There's a metalcore style, emo, whatever. If you're interested in that, just make sure your volume is not that high because it gets pretty loud, but those are some stuff I'd recommend wholeheartedly. But back to Lana Del Rey. Back to Lana Del Rey. No, I can definitely see why people would say this album is their favorite. It's definitely Lana, doing her thing, but also trying stuff out. It is not, you're not going into this and you can't, I wouldn't expect anybody to correctly guess what would happen track to track fully 100%, like on their first listen through. Unless like these some of these songs that came out were like singles before the album came out and kind of just told you. But I still don't think that if you went into this album blind the way I did, only listening to like a few of her songs or a few of her albums the way I did, it's like I think so far only one song actually had a trap beat, and it was the interlude in Blue Banisters. So it's like I knew it was a thing, but I thought it was just more off of, I want to say, her next album, Lust for Life. I was like looking through because I know I heard one of those songs before, and I was trying to see if I could remember which, because I just knew had a rapper as a feature who I thought brought it down, but we'll get to that when we get to that. But anyways, now I can definitely see why this album is up there for people. I would say this is right now a solid number 2 for me. It's definitely has more variety, so it's not listening to what sounds like the same song over and over. And yeah, no, it was a great listen. But yeah, if anything, if anybody hasn't made their feelings known about Honeymoon as an album, I guess this is the video to do that. Let me know what you think of this one, and tell me why I'm wrong to believe that this is second best to Paradise. I'd like to know what true Lana Del Rey fans would think. I don't think I count myself as a true Lana Del Rey fan, even though I've currently listened to, where am I at now? It was Blue Banisters, then Ultraviolence, then Born to Die, then Paradise. Yeah, after this, I've listened to 5 albums, uh, pretty much all in the span of like a month, which doesn't seem like a lot, but just sitting through like beginning to end. But yeah, no, if you real Lana Del Rey fans, tell me why I'm wrong, or if you think another album is better than this, or why people who are hyping this up are wrong. I know I said in the last Lana Del Rey video that it's civil. Let's do a little bit of conflict in this one, but still keep it civil. I mean, it's not that deep. Overall, it's just an album. It's just music. But yeah, with all that being said, you listened to this album before but didn't watch it with this video, then listen to the album while you watch this video. If you watch this video without listening to the album, well, you got to do both. What are you doing? And if you listen to the album while watching this video, then just listen to the album. It's a good album. I'd recommend it too. I feel like all Lana Del Rey albums, I'd recommend that people try at least once. But with all that being said, I hope you all have a great rest of your day and or night. Peace.